first step. The first step is about your first dream. The first step is about believing in yourself. The first step is about accepting your first compliment with grace. The first step is about attracting positive energies from the cosmos. The first step is about encouraging others with your stories.
Ina minatika ikaatu mashoka kutti ponytail cuta kayil maatikita. I started learning music, Carnatic music.
I'm very excited for today's review. I have invited a very special guest today. She received the National Film Award as the best female playback singer for her very first song, Arage Arage, and believe that she was only 10 years old. Sang the song when she was only 7. And besides this, apart from singing, she also has done dubbing for the movie called Lakshmi, Tamil dubbing, and I'm very excited for today's interview. With pleasure, let me welcome Uthra Won. Hello, Uthra. How are you?
I am good. How are you?
Hi. Thank you, and I'm very good. From this interview, definitely people are going to come out. They're going to get more inspired by you, and that's what we want. So we know that you received the national award for your very first song, and you sung it when you were 7. And initially, when did you start singing?
Even before that, I started
Okay.
learning music, Carnatic music, when I was 6. But before that, when I was much younger, I used to always like hum when like somebody plays a song and stuff like that. Yeah.
Your very first song itself was a super duper hit. So from this, do people expect from you an award-winning song every time you sing? And how do you handle those expectations?
I think everybody has expectations, but you can't live up to every single one of them. You can only give what you can do, right? So I think as long as I'm happy with what I do, I'm good. It doesn't really pressurize me or anything, but yeah.
You make sure you give your best.
Yeah, every time.
Yeah, okay. And success comes with a responsibility. Even I wanted to, share about my experience. When I did my first interview, I didn't have much views, but moving on, people started watching my interviews, and I have a responsibility now to maintain my standard over here. People, listeners are watching this. Please know this point will definitely be helpful. And sometimes you may not able to meet the expectations of your director or even your music directors. So how do you handle those situations, like you don't get the right expression or the right dialogue what the director wanted, and how do what would be going through your mind at those times?
I remember when I did my song for the movie Pisasa, we had to go record it another time, and so I was not getting the field right, so I just started crying. And I had to go back home and stuff like that. But now I keep, trying it again and again, and as far as possible, I try to give them what they want.
Good. I just wanted to tell you something. Thomas Alva Edison invented the bulb at the 10,000. He learned how not to invent bulb 9,999 times. So you make sure that you give your best. Take your failures as your feedback. You can definitely achieve, great heights. I definitely recommend this to all our listeners. Who's your guru, and what did you learn from your father? What kinds of feedback did you take?
So I learned Hindustani music, Carnatic music. My gurus are Dr. Sudha Raja and Pandit Nagaraj Havaldar. My dad, whenever he feels like he wants to correct something, or when I'm singing, when I'm practicing, he'll be like, if you sing this like this, it comes, and he occasionally does that, giving his own inputs and saying how you can tweak it a bit to make it sound good. And I think the one thing that all three of them have in common is a really high level of patience.
I could see that in you. You're very silent in all of your interviews and stuff. I was literally watching everything from the beginning. Even you're award winning, and then you're I watched a lot, and I noticed that. So at this point of time, I wanted to say, like, model the people who are successful, and learn stuff from them so that you could achieve more. And I just wanted to say this to our listeners so that they could work on it. And how did your family come to know that you were good in singing? How did they notice that you were good in singing?
As I said, I used to like hum, and I used to keep singing while they play music in the car and stuff like that. So my grandmom decided to just take me for class one day in my cousin's house. My teacher was teaching over there, so she just took me there. And in like the first 2 years or something, I didn't learn anything. I was just jumping from this sofa to the other, and I was just playing around. And then after, I just started getting very interested in it, and I started sitting down and then singing, and so that's how it happened. I was very playful. I wasn't really serious about anything.
Definitely, I believe this made a change in your. You have composed a lot of songs. You sing a lot of songs. This is the base for that, and all the best. Keep doing. And who is your favorite singer and your favorite music
I
director?
don't have a favorite. I actually don't. I've never had a favorite. It's always been just a lot of people at once.
And I used to love a lot of singers, and maybe I think my favorite is Anirudh sir. What is your dream award?
I don't know. I have nothing like that. I've never thought about it until now, like when you ask me.
Okay, you are well known for singing, and how about your academics? How good are you in your
I don't get really, forced into. My parents are happy with average marks. They don't really. They won't force me into being like, oh, you need to get any or a star or anything like that. As long as I'm able to balance both and I'm not pressuring myself.
Definitely, I just wanted to, you're able to balance it to be appreciated. You even keep up with studies. All the best. You have the capacity to even maintain your academics. A lot of children have to follow this, but even concentrate on your passion. Can you talk about your dubbing experience?
I was extremely scared because I cannot act at all. So I was really nervous as to what it's going to be like, and how everything is going to go. Will I do something wrong? Once I went there, Vijay uncle was there, AL Vijay. He would explain what the scene is. You can see it in front of you playing on the screen, and you will record, and he'll be like, you give this kind of a feel for this line or this word. He was very helpful, and I think I was able to complete it probably because of him and his guidance.
He'll definitely be happy hearing this. I believe, and I think that was your first time. I really love the movie. Close to my heart. I love that character. Very inspiring story. All the best. Keep doing more dubbings. We'll definitely be happy with it. When was your first live singing on stage? How was your experience what kind of preparation did you do for that?
It was a Super Singer finale. So the judges were supposed to sing with their children. I was asked to sing with my dad, and that was first live experience. That was a really terrifying because there were so many people watching, and it was a huge stadium, and I've never done anything like this before. And I was, I think, 6 or 7 years old. I was really scared.
Very young, yeah.
Yeah.
And what was your homework behind it? You definitely practice a lot to go on stage and sing. What kind of homework did you do?
I didn't do any homework, but I would just keep listening to the song and practicing it, making sure that mess up anywhere. And I would, obviously, my dad would make me sing, but it was not. I was definitely scared.
All successful people, practice a lot, and that's why they are successful. In this case, you only see Uthra singing on stage, and not her efforts, her hard work. But without her effort, she had achieved it. with her efforts on practicing, and I highly recommend that for our listeners. And what is the one thing you wanted to do for our society?
Definitely help the people who are in need, provide them with whatever I can, whatever help is possible that I can give them.
I mean, you have a great heart. All the best for your future. Whatever, this interview actually, I was very excited for this. I love your songs. Could you sing a song? The Ina Minatika, can you sing that?
Okay.
I love this song very much.
Okay. Hey, Ina Minatika, Ikat Mashoka Kutti Ponytail, Cuta Kayil Matikita, Nila morning waka, Kia Muyataka, Chuma Inky Pinky Ponky Putta Wadi Putta.
Wow. I really love that song. I mean, I used to hum that song every time. Thank you for being on the
Thank you
show.
for having me.
Very fun talking with you. And, people definitely will get inspired after seeing this video. And that's what we want. That's our motive. To achieve what you wanted, what is the first step you're going to take? And do not forget to comment down below if any of these stories inspired you to take your first step. And do not forget to like, share, and subscribe to my channel. Don't forget to check out my FB page. And don't forget to turn on those post notifications because you don't have to miss out another inspiring story. Until then, bye. I'll see you next time with another inspiring story. Bye.